Good evening. I'm Don Hudson. It's good to be with you, and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And topping the list takes us to Middle Tennessee. That is where Vice President Kamala Harris arrived just a short time ago to meet with Tennessee legislators regarding the expulsion process that took place yesterday. Our second big 7 story takes us through the events leading up to the vice president's arrival. We're getting to hear from State Representative Gloria Johnson after her House colleagues, I should say, voted by really the narrowest of margins not to expel her from the General Assembly. We followed this throughout the day yesterday, starting with House Republicans working to make their case against Johnson and 2 other Democrats, arguing they violated state constitution, or at least the House rules, by disrupting last week's House session to chant with protesters. The 3 gathered at the House podium speaking without being recognized, supporting the crowds of demonstrators who came to the Capitol, who were demanding action on gun control. At one point, 2 of the Democrats used a bullhorn to make themselves heard as their microphones had been turned off. Now, the first lawmaker up for what was more or less a trial, Representative Justin Jones from Nashville, after everything was said and done, he was expelled on a 72-25 vote. Jones, clad in all white, walked out to the crowd of supporters outside and up into the gallery above. Now, Johnson's turn came next with the Knoxville Democrat and school teacher recounting her own experience in a school shooting at Central High back in 2008. But this time the expulsion vote fell just short, 65-60. 1 vote actually shy of the 2/3 margin that is required. Republicans gathered more support from Memphis Representative Justin Pearson, getting 69 votes to put Pearson out of the House as well. Ultimately, their removal may not really matter and might not be very long. Their hometown city councils and their county commission could appoint them on an interim basis to fill their own seat, and then they're eligible to run again in the next election for that seat as well. The Tennessee House Republican Caucus releasing a statement saying in part, quote, "Today is a sad day for Tennessee." They continued saying unprecedented actions yield unprecedented consequences. Unfortunately, we are obliged to levy unprecedented consequences. Now, if elected to come back and serve their constituents, it goes on to say, we hope they will act as thousands before them. Our next big story keeps us at the Capitol, where Knoxville Representative Gloria Johnson is now speaking out. This following her near expulsion, as we just explained yesterday from the state legislature. We spoke with the representative, who simply said thank you to all her constituents for the overwhelming support during this process. She also believes that the protest outside the state capitol and the public viewing of yesterday's session will make a difference.
What I would say to my constituents, first of all, is thank you so much for the support. They came out so hard for me. They came to Nashville yesterday. They called, they emailed, they had a rally to support the Tennessee 3, and I just cannot thank them enough. Overwhelming support, and I just want people to know that I'm so proud to be able to remain and be there in Nashville, to be their voice.
Now, as we mentioned, Johnson was 1 vote away from being expelled from the House, like Representative Jones and Representative Pearson. There were 2 of her Republican counterparts that voted against her expulsion. We spoke to one, and he told us his reasoning behind voting against her expulsion, but voting to expel the other representatives.
The facts is what decided my vote, how I voted for to expel Justin Jones and Justin Pearson. The facts of what was presented. I didn't vote to expel Gloria just simply because the facts wasn't there to articulate what was in the resolution. Had the resolution said something different where the facts was there, I would have voted to expel her. However, I didn't think that was the case in this fact.
Our next big 7 story takes us to northeastern Tennessee, where a life-saving drug reversal agent will soon be available over the counter to purchase. A Tri-Cities pharmacist is reacting to the news that naloxone will soon be made available without having to have a prescription. Now, as we've told you, the FDA recently gave the medicine the over-the-counter approval. Naloxone, which is known under its brand name as Narcan, is a life-saving opioid overdose drug, reversal drug, Pharmacists believe that making this drug more readily available would be a good thing because it saves lives without any known risks.
And that's where it's a really interesting drug, that if where it's a opioid antagonist, if you don't have opioids in your body for it to reverse, it doesn't have any effect. You know, you hear of a lot of people dying of opioid overdose, and naloxone is really the only way to cure that. It's a complete reversal.
According to the Tennessee Department of Health, about a third of the state's counties have reported an increase in opioid-related deaths in recent years. Now, FDA expects to have naloxone or Narcan on shelves in late summer. Covering education, a no vote to the latest charter school application here in Knox County. That's next on the Big 7 list here tonight. Now, that is the result of last night's school board meeting with members deadlocked 4-4 on whether to approve Knoxville Preparatory School. Now, the tie vote is the same as a no vote under the process, so now the application goes back to the school organizers. They'll get another 30 days to change their application and then send it back for another vote. After that, the school, if it doesn't get approved, can take the application to the State Board of Education. You know, last month, the NAACP came out against the proposal, arguing it would hurt a community near the school. They say that it's already underserved there because this could siphon off top students, could siphon off some of the public school funding that's going to those schools. The group behind Knox Prep already has a prep school in Chattanooga. The aim had been to start classes in 2024 and eventually serve boys grade 6 through 12. All right, next on the Big 7 list, new data is showing an increase in the FAFSA filing rates within Tennessee Promise applicants. Now, the Tennessee Higher Education Commission releasing a report showing that the volunteer state is #1 in the country for completion of the FAFSA form. Now, it's short for free application for federal student aid. I guess I should say that. That's the acronym for it. Helps tens of thousands of Tennesseans every year get to college. And according to the Tennessee Higher Education Commission, a record-breaking 74% of students applied for aid from the class of 2023. That's up from 72% last year and represents 1,600 extra students who will now be eligible for Tennessee Promise funds this year. Now, Tennessee also leads the nation in the amount of financial aid awarded per student, awarding more than $500 million every year in financial aid to Tennessee kids. Our final Big 7 story takes us to La Follette, where a man is facing arson and attempted murder charges. Now, the TBI agents and the Campbell County Sheriff's Office have determined that 34-year-old Philip Williams intentionally set fire to his own home along Magnolia Avenue back on December 29th. Investigators say that prior to that fire, Williams also disabled the brakes on a vehicle that was driven by his estranged wife. He was booked into the Campbell County Jail on a $150,000 bond.